Alright, let's talk a bit about the Lissajous curves that you will create in the MATLAB 10 homework. In particular about the angle parameter mentioned in the third column of Table 1. Normally you would view Lissajous curves on an oscilloscope, like in this setup that we see here. Here we used a scope to see the curves, and we used two sinusoidal function generators. Okay, one for the x-axis with a frequency of 1 kilohertz, the other one for the y-axis with a frequency of 3 kilohertz. So we get a Lissajous curve with 3 lobes as we expected. These curves are flat two-dimensional images, but sometimes it is useful to look at them as three-dimensional objects. Okay, so to do this, what I did was I made a little prop that looks like this. Okay, so notice that what I did is I took a plastic bottle and then cut it in half. And on the outside of it, I've drawn a number of periods of a sinusoid. In this case, 4. Okay, so then we can look at this three-dimensional curve, right? The black curve that I've drawn on the outside of my cylinder, as the Lissajous curve, the three-dimensional version of it. And then if I want to get the two-dimensional curve that we're used to see, I'm going to have to look at it from the side. So let's try to look at it somewhere where it's a little better visible. Okay, so if we look at it from the side, you'll see how we can get the Lissajous curve for different angles. Okay, it's not a very professional video that I made here, but it kind of helps understand the concept of the angle that the assignment mentions. Alright, so how do we actually measure that angle that the assignment mentions? Alright, so I started by actually drawing a circle on a piece of paper, okay, that has the same size as the cross section of my prop. Okay, and I also, on my bottle, I drew a reference point. I made an arrow so that I can refer to that reference point. Okay, so then I'm going to place the bottle and rotate it until I actually see the curves as they look for delta equal to 0. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to make a mark on the paper. So I'm going to look for my reference point, which is right here. So I'm going to make a mark on the paper there. Okay, then I'm going to twist the bottle until it looks like the current curve that we want to look up at, maybe for a different value of delta. Once I see what I want, then I'm going to go and mark my reference point on the paper. Now we have everything that we need to compute the angle. Okay, so we mark the center, we draw the two lines, and this is the angle. All right, so that's what we're talking about. If you're able to do this in your head without props, without paper, without protractors, your 3D vision is much better than mine. Congratulations.